Hi everyone, thank you for watching my latest video. Today we're having a reading for the collective as such, where you pick your own deck, where you pick your own cards as such, and we're just having a look at future love, a love interest around you, something that's coming in new for you. It could of course be something that's just newly entered your life and you just want to make sure that this is the right person for you, so we should be able to see this. I got 3 decks here, so you can either pick a deck that you feel drawn to, or you can pick a crystal that you feel drawn to. We got the rose quartz here, the lepidolite here, and the lapis lazuli here. So right now, just go what you feel drawn to, whichever pile it is that you feel is for you. And there will be a timestamp here in the description, and just make sure that you can either watch the whole video or you just go to the deck that is your deck as such. So let's start off with the first one, the one that has the rose quartz on it. So if you were drawn to this, then this is your reading now. So let's have a look at future love interest, future connections really. Let's see where we're going. So that feels all right. So, okay, perfect. Now, this is definitely someone I would say he or she, they are very balanced. They're very kind of like in a good, solid position. I do feel that they have had a lot of hardship, that things haven't always been going very well for them, but that they grew and in a way found themselves. This is someone who has a very good work ethic, someone who is very much focused on their career and on what it is that they want. Now, I do also feel that it's someone who is, how can I put it, who is very driven with work, but at the same time not someone who is very much just kind of like putting work ahead everything else, if that makes sense. So it's very much someone who is, who is very stable in their career, but also who is very close to family, who is very close to what their personal life is such. So someone who is very much balanced, just like that's what you need. It's someone who has a good work-life balance, someone who is very much driven, but at the same time very open to experiencing new things and wanting to be in something very stable. So someone who is going to be very much like yourself, ready to actually fall in love, and someone who really needed to have a certain amount of time to just find themselves again. And I do feel that they spent a lot of time I would say that they've been single for about 2 years, something like that, and they spent a lot of that time to really start finding themselves again, realizing what it is that's important to them, and really be themselves again. And that's something that is important for you as well, because you haven't really been feeling quite yourself for a while, and now it's the time to really start embracing the next chapter and things moving forward in the right direction. So definitely a very well balanced person, someone who really feels great for you, and someone who feels that they'll be able to give you the stability and the support that you need. Not that you need a partner to feel supported as such. You get a lot of that from yourself, but at the same time it's still quite nice to actually have someone there, like in the evenings, to just spend time with, and know that when you want to do certain things, that there's someone there with you. So it definitely feels a very nice, calm connection, and I would say stability is the key here with this. It's a very stable energy that's coming in. So hopefully that helped a little bit. As with all readings, these are just very little taste readings as such. If you do want anything more in depth, do follow the link in the description or in my bio, because we can always look at everything in a lot more depth on my website, whether that's a phone call or an email reading. I'm always here for you. So let's go to pile number 2, the one with the lepidolite, which is a very beautiful stone, by the way. So let's see what we have coming here if you pick this deck. So By the way, I love this deck. It's the last unicorn deck. It was one of my favorite films growing up. So let's see where we're going here. Okay. Interesting. Okay, perfect. So it's definitely, there's something really amazing coming your way. This looks great. I mean, the Lover's card, as you know, Lover's card is not always just indication of love coming, but based on the other two cards, this is telling me you are really in a good position of finding love. I'm just noticing it actually pulled two cards, so we have a look at the card underneath in a second. That's interesting. Okay, so what this is telling me, that something is happening very soon. Someone is coming into your life very soon. I do feel that there's a certain past energy here with this. So I would say, as much as we're looking at new love, it looks to me that there's someone here from the past that is going to re-enter your life. And that's where I feel this card is, that's what this card is telling me. It's something here to do with, someone coming back. Even though, like, looking at the traditional meaning of it, that's not necessarily what it means. But to me, I'm not looking at the traditional meanings. I'm looking at what makes me feel, what it makes me, what my intuition is telling me as such. So this is definitely feels to me that there's a new energy coming into your life, but there's also an energy from the past coming back in. There's certainly a lot of emotional hurt still in you that you need addressing. But the good thing is, I do feel that there is a lot of happiness coming your way. The person coming in, the new person, it's someone who is very, I do feel that they're going to be, how can I put it, very grounded. I'm getting a very settled, grounded energy, someone who is very, it's slightly set in their ways. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that they kind of know what they want, and they're not really changing things too much. But at the same time, I do feel that's something very important for you, because you do need someone who's kind of like, sometimes helps to ground you, helps to make you feel that you are in this kind of like right energy, and things are just feeling a lot more you as such. The person from the past, I do feel that they're coming in very soon, and it feels to be that they're coming in a way that kind of like gives you a certain excitement and makes you feel very good about it as such. But at the same time, I'm also feeling that a lot of the issues that were there before are still there. So that's why it's important to make sure that this is really what you want, because I do feel that if you embrace this new energy coming in, you will find that the stability, that the grounding that you're getting from that connection is going to be a lot stronger and a lot better for you. So I would say future love, it's more the new person coming in, someone who's grounded. I would say that the one thing that I'm getting here with their energy is that there seems to be someone who might not necessarily care that much about how they look as such. Not saying that they're kind of like letting themselves go as such, but they care more about what is inside the person and what's inside them. So they're looking a lot more at who you are and how they can actually add to your life. So that's very good for you, because you do need someone who actually cares about you, not just about like, do we look great together? Do we achieve tons of things together? It's more a case of, how do I feel with this person? How do I feel being together with them? And that's what this new person is doing. While this other person from the past, I do feel that there's much more of a spark of a passion still there. But as you know before, there's a reason why it didn't work, because it's like having that passion, having that amazing spark, it's fantastic, but it doesn't always last that long. While this new energy coming in, I do feel it's more grounded. It just feels more real, if that makes sense. So definitely someone who will be very good for you, because it will just because you're quite a spiritual person. I do feel they're very spiritual, so it's kind of like works on that same level. So you actually have someone there then who understands your journey, who's understanding what it is that you need out of a partner, out of a relationship. So hopefully that helped a little bit. Again, as always, this, as I mentioned before, this is pretty much like a taster, looking at what is happening right now. And if you do need anything a bit more depth, just feel free to contact me and we can set up a private booking between us. And of course that doesn't get shown on here, but just like see where we're going from there then. Last deck, the one with the lapis lazuli. So let's see where we're going here. If you pick this one, then let's see what is coming up for you. So feels about right. Okay, so this is for all the cat lovers out here. So okay, this is someone who is has gone through quite a tough time. Someone who finds it slightly harder sometimes to open up. Now this is not ideal where that comes up, because you don't really need someone who's very closed or very much damaged on some level, but at the same time I do feel that this is a temporary thing. So you will notice that when they're first coming into your life, that it will have a little bit of a stop-start. It will be something that just feels good, but at the same time also a little bit confusing. However, you will notice that after a few weeks things will start flowing in the right direction and it will be really amazing. This is definitely a very strong soul energy here. I'm getting a soulmate connection here. So as much as it's going to be a bit slow at the beginning, the overall feeling that I'm getting from this connection is amazing, and it just feels really special and really something that you need, that something that is taking you to a direction that is good and special for you. This person is someone the best way I can put it, someone who's been very spiritual, lost a little bit of their faith, such like the belief, and when I say spiritual, I don't necessarily mean religious, I mean in believing that there are certain things that we don't necessarily have any control over. You know, there's kind of like knowing that there are certain bigger things around. But then they lost a little bit of that belief. They kind of like felt that life is kind of like they stopped believing that they have kind of like any kind of control over things anymore, that life basically handed them lemon all the time and they just don't know what to do anymore. However, I'm seeing that there's also been a change again since. So this is someone who really went through a very dark time, but is coming back out of it. But it's, of course, it means that there's certain challenging times still coming with them. That's why initially you will find that there's a little bit of a back and forth as such. However, their core belief, the core trust in the spirituality and everything is still there. So that hasn't gone. You will find that once they start warming up to love again, that everything else will start falling into place a lot more and be a lot stronger. So an overall really good energy, someone who is also has a very playful side once they're actually letting go again. So it's a definite great fit for you, because you need someone who's on the same wavelength as you in their belief system, but at the same time you also need someone who is a little bit playful, who can kind of like get to the point of not taking everything so serious anymore. And that's what I'm getting here with him, or it's that this is someone who will be great fun to be around. So just kind of like initially be very much aware that there's a bit of a back and forth coming at the beginning, but once fully settled in, you will notice this is a great connection. This is something that's really fantastic long term. So hopefully that helped a little bit. And again, as I mentioned before, if you do want to have anything more in depth, if you want to have me look at this a little bit deeper, or you have any questions about it, hit me up. My website is in the bio, and also I put it in the description here. And I hope that helped a little bit, and until we meet again next time, thank you very much.